All right. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, Grayish? How are you today? How are you? Happy Saturday. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks so much for being out here. All right. We are level 95. Making, I think, some decent progress through Dawntrail right now. Got a little coffee at Saturday mornings, and until soccer season kicks up with the kids, we'll be doing some Saturday streams. So if you are checking this out as a VOD, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to support the content that I do across any of the channels and platforms, engaging in chat, hitting like are the best freaking ways to go about doing any of that. But no pressure, whatever you decide. I'm just glad you're here, and I hope you guys enjoy. This should be hopefully a lot of fun. Like we're I'm really hoping, I'm looking to see if we can get to the third dungeon in Dawntrail this stream, and who knows how far we'll go. If we hit any roadblocks, we'll do some leveling roulettes and more. Also, just as a heads up for anybody, I will be putting out some thoughts on the Switch 2 version of Final Fantasy XIV. I have it downloaded. I had to go buy a memory card because that thing is so massive on the Switch 2 that I was like, well, I really should just get a new memory card. So I expanded my Switch 2 memory and bought Dawntrail. So that was like I think with the game and the memory card, that's like $150. So woo, baby. But yeah, I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on that. Now, Gray Size, excuse me, says, how is Dawntrail? Content that I've played so far is great. I just don't vibe with the story. There's a handful of characters that I think are great. There's one specific character that is just like, every time she's on screen, I'm just like, yeah, I get why people don't like her, you know? And it's just like, I don't know. It just feels like there's the vibe. And I was talking to a couple people about this. And if you guys want to come hang out in Discord, I always like to treat my podcast as kind of like a call-in open mic show. We just talk about anything and everything. But I was like, did the Aaronvale poison the well? Because the first impression you get about Wok Lamont is from Aaronvale, in my mind, where he's like already annoyed and doesn't seem to like her at all. And it's, so. But it is what it is. And my other main critique, and we talked about this yesterday on the podcast with Force Gaming. If you guys haven't seen that, it'd be awesome. The Force Gaming's got the we talked about Final Fantasy, Guild Wars 3, and so much more about what's going on. That podcast is over on the Gaming Roundtable, and we did stream it here. So if you want to watch it as a VOD or something here, that's more than fine. But we have that up on YouTube. And yeah, it was a great show. What's up, Codebreaker? It's always good seeing you in the chat, my dude. How are you? How is the family? Ed says, I'm thinking of jumping back in. Not sure if I should get the Switch 2 of it as well. Just note, and this is something that I'm somewhat conflicted on when it comes to the Switch 2. I'm kind of like, they announced the auto run feature for Quest, and I was like, I get how people are concerned, but holy crap, for me, that would be a freaking deal. Like, just like, oh, let me just chat with you guys while my character runs from place to place. But he says, I'm thinking of jumping back in. Not sure if I should get Switch 2 or not. Switch 2 is like 117 gigs, so I bought a 250 gig expansion card for my Switch 2. So it's plenty of space, and actually gives me a little bit more space for some of my games that I had to uninstall. And I'm so glad that actually Switch went with 256 because I was like, Nintendo and internal memory has always been a thing of like a great contention. And I was like, at least we have that. I always thought they were going to be like 64 gigs. Suck it up. But anyway, that all being said, I'm going to let you guys know there is an additional sub on Switch. You don't need Nintendo Online, but if you're only playing through Switch, I think you're fine. But if you are subbed through like how I have a PC sub, I have to pay an additional fee per month. I think it's like $5 or $6. So I've seen a lot of people justify that. I think it sets a bad precedence, and I hope that other consoles and stuff like that don't sit here and say, well, Nintendo can do really whatever they want because it's Nintendo, but it is what it is. Gray says, well, some people are, some people okay with it. Some don't, understandable. Yeah. Like I get why people don't like her. Like I get it. It doesn't, you know, I'm not like, huh? What? I just think that when it's all said and done, like a couple things were happening. One, you finish with the Endwalker Zodiac Eidolon arc completed, and then this is them starting back over, and I was like, oh, they're starting us as an adventurer. And then it's like, okay, I think Kona should have been the main character, like, of Dawntrail. I like Kona a lot. That's just my personal opinion. I haven't followed the threads. I'm like, why? What? Okay. But it's, you know, it is what it is. Dude, doing well. Kids are growing. My sixth, Molly, she is 3.5. She's really good at soccer. So we're gonna be having putting her in playing. I got to go play some soccer with her today. She loves it. I was like, we were out at the 4th of July celebration and just watching people play. And she was just like, man, she was just like, for a 3-year-old, I was like, other people that weren't even related to me, they're like, how old is she? I was like, she's only 3. Not much of a talker, you know, but she's getting there. You still working as a firefighter? Still playing? Are you playing some Diablo 4 or what? What game are you playing right now, Code? What did you think of Dawntrail, Gray? Like, for me, Dawntrail right now is just something that it's like you kind of have to go through. But Evercold is like the carrot on the stick. Like, oh yeah, let's go. Because I mean, the Shard's reflections, it's like a pretty big, like, you know, left unanswered question as to what happens now. I'm in the Golden City. Have you played the Splatoon Raiders at all, Code? That's something that like I shared on the pod yesterday. I was like, that is something I'm really enjoying. Like I am enjoying that game, and more so that it's like, oh, this is a looter shooter. Like there's some cheekiness to it, etc. But I was like, at least if nothing else, like it's pretty good. Yeah, I want to play that with the kids. And it's such a, I think it's smart addition to the game in the lore of Splatoon. Like I never really got big into it. We do have Splatoon 3, but never really played it all that much. It's interesting, you know. Yeah, now I'm just waiting for them to announce brand new like 3D Mario. Super Mario Wonder was phenomenal as a 2D Mario. I really enjoyed that game and the updates they made. Like, man, and then Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like, dude, as a Nintendo fan, I'm loving it right now. We lost our zealotry. Precious few have permitted beyond the cenotaph doors, and we have not exposed its deepest recesses. If the Golden City is in... No, I can't read that fast. Permitted to search for it? I have no reason to refuse you. No longer will we rely on blessed siblings, nor the conceal our sacrifices made to conceive them. The Cenote will no longer under our protection in the distant burial ground. Our children deserve better. Their bodies will be moved to a place of comfort and rest. Sure, Bokwa Jaja would appreciate that. We're here to help for any help. Your father also visited the Cenote. It was many years ago by now, but a notable affair due to the foreigner he brought with him. A mage, I believe. Truly? The Dawn servant did not disclose his reasons, but he descended past our cenotaph and into the old place. Doubtless the very same ones excavated by the Golden City must be there. In the steps of the Sky Keep. Thank you both. Both of you will set out straight away. You will find the winged beast or two lingering in Grok descent. I believe you, the third promise, will make a magnificent dawn servant. This is it, everyone, to the Sky Keep. All right. Ah, over there. All the way over there. Let's go. Guild Wars 2, dude. That's awesome, man. You excited about what they announced so far with Guild Wars 3? It seems smart to me that they're going in a different direction than like what Guild Wars 2 does. That's just me. I wonder if I'm able to cross this unexplored area so far. We'll find out. Oh. That one actually hit me. I guess that's because I was right in front of him. Mind the gap. Whee! There we go. Oh. Imposing beast. Discovered a new location. No, I'm on. I'm using an Xbox Series 2. I just press the. I switch the X and Y buttons personally because I like jumping with X and menu and map with Y. And then I have the paddles back there. But I do actually. I mean, I can switch to a PlayStation controller right now. I do have a PS5 one right here. Got a lot of controllers all scattered throughout the house. Yeah, the PlayStation controller I think is from the price perspective is better than just the standard Xbox controller. I do prefer the Elite one. I don't know. It just has that preference because I like the offset sticks personally. And my hope, and where it doesn't look like we'll get that, is that like my hope is like we get to a point where like your PlayStation controller could work on your Xbox or your Xbox controller work on PlayStation, because then it'd be like, oh hey, there we go. Dungeon 3. I said that I was hoping we'd get there in this stream, and by golly, we did. And that's the strength of PC gaming. It's like, okay, use whatever controller you like. We don't care. I guess I'm used to doing it this way. I think this should be pretty quick. Oh, look at that. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I'm wondering how the Evolve is going to feel game when Evolve comes out. What's up, baked potato? Yeah, so it's like with Evolve and stuff like that. I'm wondering, I'm hoping that it overall, like all the jobs just feel so much better to play on controller. The Sky Deep Synod. Dude, I really like Scholar. It's like having that fairy doing the healing for the most part, and it's like, okay, occasionally if I'm needed. Here. There we go. I had the wrong configuration set. Oh, some jobs do, but it's like I remember being out at the media tour, like for Endwalker, and it's like, y'all's Astrologian does not feel good on controller. I'm gonna let you know that right now. And I still haven't. I was like, I got Astro to 100, and I just haven't. I need to spend more time. That's the thing. Is like for the controller guides, as I'm like kind of trying to work on the evolved ones. And get them all done for everybody, you know, because like this will be the last, not evolved, excuse me, the reborn mode ones, and it's like as I kind of try to get that knocked out, you know, like we will do evolved going forward for everybody, and that's going to be what to get. All right. Feather Ray. You are cursed to be a nuisance to your party. Okay, I'm gonna look away. All right. Blowing bubbles. Oh. Those bubbles seem to do some serious damage. Doesn't seem to be a bubble here. Ah! It moves the bubbles. First to be a nuisance to your party. You're gonna give us that countdown. Oh, and the bubbles. Oh, we produce the bubbles now. Come in. Sorry, what's up, sweetie? There we go. 2 needs, baby. Let's go. What do you think of the direction in the game of gaming now? Everything has an extraction game, battle royale, or gacha now. It's pretty hard for me to find a new game that I like because I hate all 3 of those. I think gaming right now is in a real big, like, what's the right term? Like, it's like not necessarily upheaval, but a realignment maybe. Where I think there's just been this age like of all this like, oh, free and cheap money and stuff like that is no more. And so like games that really couldn't exist did exist, and it turns out the reasons why they couldn't exist is because people didn't want to buy them. And so like even with like you're saying with the gotchas and stuff like that you're just not interested in, it's like a lot of them is just becoming so AI slop driven that they're just kind of trying to capitalize on as much as it is and then just abandon it. So I think overall, like I would call it a crash, like personally, even though it's, like from a numbers perspective, it's not like the 80s crash, etc. But it is absolutely like a realignment crash where people were like, yeah, you know what? Turns out, like, what do I want? And it's like, well, I want to buy a finished and good game. And so we're seeing people in the market deliver those, right? Like I feel like as a gamer, things that I enjoy, like I've got more great games than I've got time to play them. I'm almost done with Dragon Quest 2. I beat 1, and then I still got to do 3. I got 7. I got Final Fantasy XIV Remake as well. I mean, there's just so much like in my mind that I'm like, yeah, let's go, Yeah, it's a reverse of and gaming is also, here's what I have a problem with, Code. And this is just like my like frustration with everything is that right now I feel gaming has always been a universal kind of language. We all play games, and for the longest time, and like, I don't like talking politics, but when people continually bring it up, it's like fine, and then they'll be like, why are you talking about it? But it's like, regardless of what your religious or political, because like politics really are a religion, in my view. But like people would, like we played games together. It's like, etc. But then there's been this hyper fixation on, purity tests, etc. that it's like has driven a lot of that. So you have a cultural aspect within gaming that is just like, it's not sustainable. People are, it's like, wait a minute, like we used to have this language. The aspect I bring that up because the other aspect of it is that gaming used to be affordable. I don't think, and by affordable, like, yeah, I know I'm middle class. It's like I can buy games. I joke that I'm time poor. It's like I have a job. My wife is like, yeah, buy a game. It's like, and then here I am playing Final Fantasy XIV, a subscription-based game. There's always been an aspect of it's like, it does require money. However, there's been this aspect where like, okay, well, at least it's like affordable and you might find a game and there's an enjoyment. And I think that is ending, and I don't like that at all because, well, I mean, I think what will end up probably truly happening would be that people will just play old stuff like PS4s, used PS4s, will probably be kind of a thing. Maybe, I don't see people maybe getting more into US PS5s, but my Xbox is almost doubled in I bought it at 500 and now it's like if I wanted to buy the same model, it's like, it's ridiculous. So I feel for that. Like, it's weird to be like, well, as an early adopter, I paid less, you know? But then you also, from just an economics perspective, you start to see that people are, oh, neat. Oh. You start to see, like, yeah, there are companies that are making cheaper games, and guess what? They're selling. Pal World, 40 million copies sold. And then they're like, yeah, we don't need to raise the price. No joke, you made $1.2 billion. It's like, let's go. Yeah, the price raise has gone up. And so, like, I do feel for those who are getting pinched. However, there's the other aspect that, like, they talked about, like, OnlyFans, social media, stuff like that. It's, I'm just going to follow these guys. Let me go over here. The social media aspect, like, the attention economy has dramatically, like, siphoned a lot of people's time. And I made this argument, especially many times with when social media things are concerned. It's like, well, if it's easier just to doom scroll on Twitter than it is to boot up a game, people are going to go with the path of least resistance. And by golly, they sure have. Now, I say doom scroll, but I say it like as a more general term because I don't know. Twitter's such a funny place for me because people were like, "What's your feed like?" And I was like, "It's video game news and prayer requests." So it's like that's my X feed right there. Getting some drops on this run. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like when it comes down to what people are willing to buy, like older game franchises, that's us. They're trying to talk to us because you have an entire generation of gamers with Roblox and Fortnite, etc., that are not trained in that games cost money. You know, and so like I've banned Fortnite from my house. We already banned Roblox. I'm keeping Minecraft because I like it. I like how, you know, like I'm not a player of Minecraft, but it's like I like. You know, the kids are having fun with it. There's a lot of stuff. Like it's a platform at this point for sure. But the yeah, when it's all said and done, it's like okay. I can't do Dawntrail waiting for Evercold story to skip it. I debated personally game to skip just skipping the Dawntrail story. Going right to like 7.1, 7.2, 7.3. Because I hear like, especially around 7.3, you're like, all right, we're back, baby. But then I was like, part of me, I was like, you know, like suffering. And the thing is like, I'm just disinterested, right? Like it's not like this amazing, like crazy, you know, fault of the game. Just like, yeah, like I don't really care. It's interesting, the zones, that's cool, but yeah. And then I question like how much of this was, you know, Square Enix's hubris, how much of this was 16 pulling the vast focus of the player, you know, the community, you know, away to work on 16, and then 16 not doing well. I mean, I liked 16. I thought it was an amazing Final Fantasy game. However, I get the critiques around it. And I still need to finish 7 Remake and like so much more, man. Like there's... Dude, the combat, I like the dungeons so far. Like that's where, for like a controller guide play, you know, like, oh, I have them at level 100, but I'm not really doing the level capped content, you know. The changes they're talking about with dungeons and the auto scaling, I'm really hoping that that's something that we get to see where it's like, yeah, you got your kit, you know, it's like, let me play, you know. That's been one of the most annoying things, like, of the game for so many expansions where it's like, hey, and now I'm at level cap. What do you do? No, well, 90% of it is all like under level cap, so you're kind of always feeling like a little bit, you know, goofy. And the weekly changes in terms of content, like that sounds amazing. Map of the Realms, Sky Deep. Mad Skull draws his power into his fists. Oh, I couldn't play 16 around my kids. Whoa, I fell off. Okay, good to know. You know, and that's also a thing I think that held 16 back as well. Like, they didn't even give the option. And I think they should have given me the option. All right. Use my skills. There's this one. It's on cooldown. All right. Get back over here. Oh, people got so mad at me. I was like, I saw those skins they added in Fortnite, and I was like, yeah, we're not doing this. All right, thanks so much for the follow, Iron Clipper. I don't know what that notification sound was. I missed it. Sorry. Ah! Let's see here. And that there. Let's go. It says, oh, iconic cipher. Oh, dyslexic brain as I kind of look and see the thing. Man, Samsonite. I was way off. Oh, goodness. How you doing? Thanks for the follow, Iconic Cypher. Well, hello and howdy. Thanks for redeeming that those channel points. And player com, yeah. Boom shakalaka. The cube, the Lunafray cube.
I thought this place was of Yokwi origin, but is this glowing stone their creation as well?
I don't believe so. I've never seen anything like it.
Then it's from an even older time. Don't tell me it's the Allagans again.
While careful study would be required to confirm, it does not appear to be reminiscent of their designs.
Oh, do we not have those on right now? It's like, I'll bring those back. I just haven't had like any time to really game and stream, so it's like I haven't even looked at like what is and is not there.
There's a platform on the other side, but how do we get over there?
Well, that's convenient.
That's how, apparently.
Yeah, worked a game was like the collab between Chris and I.
Let's go and take a look.
Yeah, the YouTube channel's still there. Just Chris hasn't done anything with it, and you know, and rightfully so. Like for those who don't know, like I gave him an update on his status, like I think last year, but like he lost both his parents within. Well, they both went to the hospital within the same day. His mom eventually did get to come out, but then she unfortunately didn't. You know, she only was out of the hospital for like a week before she passed. But they've been through hell, you know.
That seal. That's Charlian and no mistake.
Something sealed behind here. Maybe we don't open the seal. Dude, Chris is such a great streamer. Like I'm like, like I have usually a 2 to 3 hour like cap. Like, okay, that's been fun, guys. I gotta go. You know. But Chris could be like, just hang out with you like 8-10 hours without like breaking a sweat.
Your tablets might be a good fit, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, like two. Oh, that's convenient that we have the 7 tablets. And being like, oh, we were only at 6. Well, how do we get to 7? I don't know. Just being nitpicky at this point. Yeah, 2 hours, 3 hours. It's fun. Like it's like that was a good time. Yeah, like, and I always kind of look back at my streams, like if it's just like, you know, because I would stream at crazy hours just because it's like, okay, when does this fit in my schedule? 4 a.m. Okay, done. Now I'm just like, nah, not doing that. But I was like, yeah, I get this kind of like resting, like, is he happy? I was like, I'm happy. I'm just like, it's how I normally play video games. It's like, I sit down, I chill, I relax. Very de-stressing for me. I don't know if that's the same for you guys. Exercise and video games, man. That's how I mitigate stress.
Is this it? The Golden City?
Though there is some resemblance, it doesn't quite live up to what the Yokwi described from their dreams.
Aliens.
Well done. Well done indeed.
And this guy.
You, my dear daughter,
Oh.
have found the entrance to the city of gold and triumphed.
I thought that was not her her dad. I thought it was her brother. I was like, oh jeez. Not this guy again. Nice, dude. So yeah, I got Final Fantasy XIV
So we did it.
downloaded on my Switch too. And I'm gonna check that out later. Like, I'm not gonna stream the Switch 2. I can't even get it to connect to my computer for some reason. I need to figure that out at some point if I want to, stream more Nintendo games. Which I love, man. Donkey Kong. Me streaming to my mom, like, Donkey Kong, let's go.
You seem more perplexed than joyous.
It's just... This place is unlike anything we've seen in Tural. Never mind the peculiar stone.
Looks like data.
So I am given to wonder, what exactly lies beyond that
Like,
gate?
CPUs and stuff.
Nothing less than the golden city of legend, I assure you. No circumstance prevents us from opening the gate. As to what the city is and what Gall of Valdesium discovered all those years ago, this knowledge and more, I will share with you after your ascension. What you choose to do with it will be up to you.
Well, I mean, Nintendo's in the best position possible. They have the most affordable system, which when they announced the price, it was like, ugh. Now you're like, oh wait, they're the $500 console and everything is $1,000. Like, okay, I'll consider
I
it.
finally found it.
They have their IP. They have a system that's got enough power to really play a lot of the games. I don't think the demand there is for this like next level of just like the graphic fidelity cost to like what it takes to produce. Gamers aren't feeling it. They didn't feel it with the PS5 Xbox Series generation. And you felt that immediately. A lot of people are now coming to that realization, but it's that the cost of the PS5 at $500, that's a value. Yeah, let's go. PS5 Pro, it's like what you get for the price for some is justified, but it's for when we talk about mass market justification, it's just not there. Like, it's because most gamers are just like, yeah, especially because like more lifelong home games and platforms for the kids, they're like, you have to, the industry's got to is shifting back to what do people want to buy. And it turns out they're selling them to guys like me, most likely guys like y'all, where it's like, oh, you like Dragon Quest? You liked it as a kid? How about having a 2D HD remake? Final Fantasy, boom, 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 boom. It's like, yeah. And I'm like, here's my check. Here's my card. Let's go. And so we're spending that kind of money. And it's like, I think overall it's not the biggest, like it's not a massive, you know, market, because they kept touting gaming like, and I know that I remember Phil Spencer saying like there's billions of gamers, and it's like, yeah, they're counting anybody who just happens to play a game, right? But I think when you look at just the core numbers, especially with consoles, and I've made this argument many times, like Switch sold great, but we had multiple Switches where in the past I would only have had one Nintendo console, right? And because of that, because of the multiplier of what the Switch brings in terms of household sale through, I was like, if you think of it in terms of households, the households have only shrunken over the last generation, where they were able to push out more Switches and things like that to people. You go look at the PlayStation 5, like I think, yeah, it probably will get to 100 million, but it's definitely not, you know, like there is an upper floor of people who are going to be willing, unless for some reason PS6 comes out, it's insanely priced, and then they go with the cross-generational strategy, which will hurt the sale price of PS6, right? Like it's just like, oh man, gaming is in a tough spot, right? And game company, and that's where it's like, I don't like that PlayStation's not going to give players the option to have physical media, but I understand their viewpoint behind it. Like it's like, but it's like, and just the fact that option's being taken away from players, I hope that maybe there is competition that can go, like Nintendo with even with the key card thing, you know, might be that competition. And it literally might be like, man, Nintendo, they saw, I mean, I forget his name, Siro Iwata, where he was like, yeah, he's like, let's let PlayStation and Xbox fight this power war out in terms of cost, etc. We're just going to go into our own blue ocean. And then it's like, yeah, turns out years later, like, yep, Nintendo games sell, Nintendo systems sell. They're fun. They focus in on fun gameplay, not necessarily cutting edge graphics. And now they have a system that can run a lot of the third party stuff. And sure, might not be cutting edge, but you don't want to miss out on that market, you know? Yeah, they can lower the price by getting rid of the disc, the cost of the disc. It takes like two and a half physical sales to equal one digital. So it's like, you know, in terms of buying power, the physical movement isn't there. I just think it would have been really fine if they were like, we'll have an optional disc drive for anybody who wants it. And if you want to buy a game on disc, you know, printing on demand or something like that, some kind of, you know, process that, and yeah, when I say printing on demand, it's like, yeah, that disc is going to be $150 to $200. But if you want it on disc, that's the market, you know, that's the market rate, because we don't get to print them in bulk, right? I just like having that as an option for people who really want that collection, and PlayStation's like, nah, it's not worth it. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm wondering, man, like it will be wild to me to see if Xbox is like, because Xbox hasn't said nothing. They're not like, we're supporting disc. Like, no, they want all digital too, guys. Like everybody the companies want all digital. But I do hope that if nothing else, we get to see, you know, digital rights and ownership, you know, have a level of it, because like you hear stories of Amazon pull in movies that people have purchased off their, you know, watchable stuff because they lost the light. Like that is bullcrap, right? Like, no. I bought that movie. I should be able to stream that movie whenever I want. And then if you want to take that away, okay, well then give me some, you know, make it right. Like give me a refund, you know, it doesn't have to be a full refund. It would be like, all right, or something like, I don't even take it away. It would be my vote. Let me back it up, etc. Chile, what's up, dude? He says, I mean, if Sony, aka one of the main Blu-ray manufacturers, stops, then it's going to be hard for Microsoft to actually get the discs. Yeah, well, not just get the discs, but the drives themselves. Like, you know, do they have, you know, is that going to overall? That's why it's like, I could see it as an optional add-on, etc. Because again, if you're making money, like it would have to be profitable. None of this stuff would be able to be manufactured at a loss, because no one's going to do that. But then here's the real question though, with that movement, would they feel like a $200 game on disc versus like a $60 digital download? Is that worth the price to them? You know, and I would bet for an on-demand print. Like I would bet the vast majority of them be like, I'm good. I'll just get a digital, or I won't play games. I don't know. We will see. It is really an interesting gauntlet that people have thrown down, and one of two things will happen. And this is something that when we had King David on, you know, he's talked about, like, I hesitate on the word grift. I do like, I would think maybe opportunist in terms of content creators, as we've seen, where it's like a lot of the people like just, you know, oh yeah, no, just, you know, like they're doing a lot of things algorithmically, but deep down you're like, nah, there's no way they believe that. They believe that because it's what makes them sound popular. So it's like, you know, what's popular is not always right. What is right and it's not always popular. But it's like they're playing that, you know, algorithmic popular game. And I will wonder to see if there is a pivot when all of a sudden, you know, it's like, okay, you know, I do like games. I guess I'll get a digital. Like, will there be that pivot, or will they hold to their principles and legit not play video games anymore? That would be something really interesting to see. And honestly, my hope is always for principles. I hope that people mean what they say and say what they mean, versus like, hey, oh yeah, oh fair, yeah, I know. I was like, I'm never buying a digital game, and then it's like, turns out like 100% of your library is digital.
As befits the changing of dawn servants.
It's starting.
Yeah, I think I do agree with that. Like, but again, I go back to what would that look like to have an on-demand thing, because they're not bulk printing discs, but they could imagine, hey, let me print a license onto a disc, or honestly, at that point, why a disc? Just give a memory card like Nintendo.
Is resting again. Thought he'd grace us for this occasion at least. People of Tuliolal, you honor us with your presence. For on this auspicious day, we witness the dusking of one era and the dawning of the next. The succession of dawn servants. But I've talked for long enough. Allow me to present the claimant, whose determination, wisdom, and compassion guided them to triumph in the city of gold.
What's up, Dr. Bob Sean, aka? How you doing this morning, sir?
My daughter, Wook Lamont.
Oh, you're at 7.4. You're way ahead of me. We just did the third dungeon.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Long live the dawn servant! Long live Tuliolal!
Yeah, and it's like, I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm all digital. I've been all digital since like Xbox One. I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna download my games.
Growing up in this city, I used to think I knew all there was to know about Tuliolal. But my journey showed me how much I had yet to learn about the cultures, histories, and aspirations of this nation. Through the time-honored Ihana, the Hanuhanu taught me how they nourish and cultivate both the land and their bonds with visitors. And with their alpacas and tradecraft, the Pelupelu showed me the depths of their patience and fortitude, to know when to push through.
Oh, dude, me too,
and
man.
when not to push your luck.
It's like I wasn't able to play games all the time as a kid, right? And it's like, oh, I'd take the book to bed and read through
I
the.
gained insight
I'm like, I love
into
that.
the power of creativity. That it is when we are filled with passion and bolstered by the support of others that we produce our best works.
That's also something I do lament, whereas like we don't have like EGM or something like that like every month.
History.
I'd let my kids read that, you know, that'd be cool. I remember having those magazine subscriptions.
That we live on so long as we remembered. I felt joy and harmony in Yaktel when I tasted Shebruk Bibil, the dish that marked the beginning of peace between the Shebral and Mamurja after centuries of warfare. And I felt sorrow in Mamuk when I met with those who placed their faith in the promise of blessed siblings, and for this were burdened with great suffering. Through the understanding we forged, I'm hopeful that they will find what they seek through friendship and community, for we are all Turali.
Understanding with Mamuk? What sorcery did she use on them?
All of which is to say that, as I've come to know our nation, I've seen the ways in which we thrive, and the ways in which we still struggle.
Same thing with 14.
Some in Kozamauka
EGM,
must
one of the
resort to
last,
bandage to survive.
had their
A
like, hey,
faction of Yokhui still
they
cling
gave a
to
hint that
dreams of
14 was going to be
conquest.
announced at
Not everyone
E3 that
lives
year,
in
and they were
peace
right.
and plenty. And there's still so much of Tulihyolol I don't know. Places I haven't seen, and people I haven't met. That's why I hope to keep learning about and from you, that we might build a nation where everyone knows happiness. Because my journey has taught me one thing above all else. Your happiness is my happiness!
Dude, like I said, I feel like it's like I want to understand the critique behind it. I don't want to just blindly be like, all right, but agreed. Like,
I say mine, but the Dawn Servant doesn't need to be a single person, does it?
Oh dear. What is she doing?
Yeah.
and she jumped to her death. What?
My father led Tulihyolol to prosperity.
Dude, I did it.
by
I
the
loved it.
resolve and reason of his two heads. But my one head can only get us so far. To further change our nation for the better, I'll need someone else. Someone with the knowledge and insight that I lack. So what do you say? Be Dawn Servant with me, Kona!
Lamachi, are you certain?
Absolutely. You take reason, and I take resolve. Together, we make a full Dawn Servant.
You'll have no objections from me, of course. But mine is not the approval you need.
I wonder what they're gonna call it. The fact they didn't give us a name at the keynote, it was like, I was like, oh man, I hope it's not another
During my time
term.
abroad,
Like, call it extreme or something like that.
I experienced the benefits of foreign technologies, some of which
Or
I
hard.
introduced to our nation. Dirigibles now soar the sky in the south, while locomotives traverse the land in the north. I was convinced that by
Hey, Jordan, how you
imitating foreign
doing?
powers, we could assert our strength and thereby deter invasion. Yet despite my intentions, I failed to understand what I was too eager to cast aside, and the very people I wish to protect. My own journey has taught me that culture isn't a hindrance to progress, but a shared value that binds us, connecting lives and generations. With your blessing, I vow to help Tuli Yolal prosper in a way that honors the hopes and heritage of all her peoples. My esteemed predecessor would accept nothing less.
Yeah, new. It's like, all right.
Ultimately, I harbor the same wish as my sister. To give you cause to smile. That is my heartfelt desire.
Glad this didn't go to waste.
If it's both of them carved in stone, it's like. Hey, good morning, sweetie.
This is the Lay of Legacy, the part of the Tulihyola saga where you and I become the next Dawn servant.
Good heavens! Don't tell me this is what kept you so busy ahead of the ceremony.
Hey, what's going on,
Just so you
Taco?
know,
How you doing
didn't decide
today?
this on a whim. After reflecting on all we've been through, I realized it was the only answer.
How funny would it have been if he's like, I'm good. I don't like, no, I'm good.
With this, both my brother and I have worthy successors. He would have been proud.
Of course you knew.
It's been 3 years since my brother
Oh,
left us.
sad.
It cannot be. The head of reason is no longer with us.
Oh, tragic tidings.
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry I never told you. We wanted the people to rest easy until our successor could be chosen. Planning the right was my brother's final duty. He was determined for it to serve the nation's best interests. and labored nigh.
What you playing this weekend, Taco? Weekend at Bernie's. Holy crap, yeah.
And then he died, forcing me to do the actual work. A sneaky bastard. But he did well. I have to give him that. The outcome speaks for itself. Though not quite to the original script, your new Dawn servant rises. May they shine resplendent, and their rule bring light ever greater to Tuliolol.
All right. See here 1 second. A little bit better gear. Quest complete. Excuse me. I'll never know what was so funny.
Change is in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand. Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one. I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
Hey. Nah, no tablet right. What time he's got left did not last long. Boom. Oh, just saw a message I hadn't seen. I was like, huh? What? And it's like, oh, good. I did see that. Making sure I wasn't ignoring anybody. Dude, yeah, I remember getting like the demo disc for Final Fantasy X, and it was like on PS2. It was like, holy smokes, it was awesome. And for those of you on YouTube, I want to say thank you guys so much for the 5 likes on this morning's stream. The hope is that we'll also be streaming next Saturday morning and whatnot. Seems to be a good time. I've tried afternoons, man. I don't know how you guys like. I don't know about y'all, but man, I tell you. Okay, why won't it let me select? Speed? What? No. Let's click. Maybe I click some buttons or something. We'll see. Oh, okay. Just right out here. One second. I should probably actually look at my actions and trades. Bring them in here. Consultation. I see it there. Do I have it on my bar though? I don't at the moment. What does it do? Stores on HP and the HP of all nearby party members. Go and see. Oh, that's just an upgrade from Sucker. 20% boost in that. That's not bad. All right. Put that there for now. The timing minigame, dude. I was like, dude, on as a controller player and as also somebody who's super dyslexic and then struggles already with Final Fantasy terms, I was like, this is not for me. And again, I'll always stand on like a game. The game does. They don't have to just try to, adhere to me. 1 second. Let me look at this. Hey, 1 second. Walked away. Let's see here. So increases the target critical hits by 10, and then what's this do? Deals unexpected damage over time to all target party nearby. Oh, okay, so it just turns into an AoE. I was wondering about that. I was like, all right. Increases maximum HP of the party member or self by 10%. Oh, that's nice. 60-second cooldown. Expedient. Yeah, okay, cool. I think I'm good. I was just like, I had an old skill that I was like, it's not even being used. Yeah. If I don't type, I don't get this glam. Your terms are acceptable. Okay, I'm not following her. She is following me. And we are going where? Okay. Oh, there's stairs. Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute. Stairs here. Nope. All right. I'm thinking I can't like just drop down. I don't want to go up. Arg. take the scenic route. Gummit. I have to go up now. I don't think she'll stick with me, but I'm just like, yeah, let's just drop down. All right. So what did you like the most, Chili, about the EU Fan Fest? The fact they're talking about open world raids, Boja in the open world. Like, hell yeah, let's go. And then there was another announcement that I was like particularly thrilled about. I guess the dungeoneering on the Chocobo. I was like, all right, okay. And now I was like, but then I'm like, I really wish they would do something with the grand companies and, you know, like your squadron, like just kind of in a way combining those. And it's like, yeah, let me level up these characters. Honestly, I would love it if they let us take our alts and join us as a party. And then, you know, you're like, oh, you want to do it? Like, I think that's where MMOs are going. It's like, yeah, you can play with humans, but you can also just, you know, make a party. Level them up, gear them up, give them some, bring in the Gambit system. I think that'd be freaking cool. Open world raids, big, you know, I don't know, man. I think the open world raid thing, I'm really hoping, and I hope they funnel people into the open world. Oh, also, I haven't like made videos on this, but I think some of the bigger announcements came out of like the interviews where they're talking about housing and how they're like looking at WoW as kind of like, and it, like, honestly, that line was like, it was for me, I was like, that's the fulfillment of we'll spare no expense. It's like if they go and rework the housing system, like that's, I think the player base wins dramatically with that. Scratch my leg. So I actually was like, dude, I love Forza Horizon 6. I think they probably had an earlier ones I didn't discover it earlier. Just auto drive me to the next race while I go and be a human being and a parent, you know? And I was sitting here like on this earlier in the stream, chatting with you guys. And it was like, you know, it would have been nice to be like, yeah, just auto run me here while we talk, you know? And it's like, I was like, I'm in on it. You know, because it's like it doesn't bother me at all, you know, because it's like, yeah, let me just hang out with you guys. We're talking it up, and it's like, oh yeah, because like I was like, it started off where I was like, I'm just standing still so we could have like a real conversation. So I was kind of like focusing on what you guys were saying, and then I was like, oh, I should probably just get to that quest. So I was like, man, it could have been cool if I just like, yeah, just run me there while we talk, and then, you know, like as long as it doesn't play the game for me. Yeah, the level sync stuff is what I'm really needing. So much so that it's like, I know people really push back on it, but it's like, I think they're coming around. It's like, no, like the vast majority of the content, like your job doesn't feel complete until a certain level. And then when you're playing at anything else under that, it's just like, come on, what's going on? All right. think that also is really fascinating. I think it should, in my mind, just be like a, story. I mean, it would be awesome if it was like they did like an anime kind of story of like, here's and then it's like, okay, and now you kind of take over. Something fun and interesting to watch, right? Because and then again, if the game ends up scaling as you play it, and obviously I think it probably starts with Evercold, but like maybe if they bring that stuff backwards. Oh, I need to follow up with them. I'll message them right now. They said this afternoon. All right, we're buying some bookshelves off of Facebook. Yeah, I hope that it's just not like, I mean, I guess the simple solution would be, where am I? Oh, that's over here. The simple solution would literally just be like, and included with Evercold, a jump potion. Like, all right. But it would be good if it was like, all right, you get this, previously on, starting in Evercold. What's going on? Like voice acted, that'd be cool. Kind of hitting the high notes. But yeah, you got New Game Plus. Like, it's like, that's the thing where I've seen people like get so upset. Like, how dare people like, skip the MSQ? It's like, I'm glad it meant a lot to you, but like, you got New Game Plus for people who are like, let's just let them have fun, enjoy the things they enjoy, and then maybe it acts as an invitation into the things that you enjoy.
I do think I will continue to worry about the story of Evercold though until I actually play it.
Like what gives you worry about the story of Evercold?
The story itself, not that worried. Like I enjoyed the recent patches.
Mm-hmm.
My main worry is the fact that it's the whole splitting into different sections and playing it how you want. It's kind of
cool,
interesting. But
yeah.
I also don't like that idea because I like world building. And it's hard for you to world build if you can just go to any option you want.
Right. It's like there's a narrative through line that, the A to B to C to D to E, that it's like, okay, it kind of builds up and they can do different things. What I like about it, specifically what they announced, is that in terms of the dungeons, though, it was all like focusing on the content. I was like, if that means that I can run the dungeon at level cap, right? And I'm at, it's scaled to me at level cap and I have all my skills. It's like, that's exactly what I want. Like, that's what I've been wanting. And then that way it's like, and then if they bring that back to the previous dungeons where it's like, yeah, like it has the narrative, piece, from, you know, that existed prior to it, but it's still like, okay, cool. You know, then I'm like, cool. As long as when I go in, I don't have to be like, oh, all my skills are gone.
We like to do the Water Temple first, the Fire Temple first, but that's, I don't know. As I said, I'm not going to complain too much until I actually play it, but I am still like, I want to be on the fence until I see it myself.
Yeah, it's going to be something that's going to see how everybody vibes with it. And it's kind of hard to kind of like because to your point, like, is the story out of order, or are these bits and bobs disconnected so much that it's like, well, yeah, it didn't really matter what order I played in, but it was like story A, story B, story C, and it's like, okay, cool, and then they kind of come together. But then in my mind, I go back to Final Fantasy VI. They had moments like that in 6 where it's like you kind of just pick which scenario that you want to run first, and then it doesn't matter the order, and then it essentially it does culminate, you know, together in that regards.
But do you trust them to do that again?
To do what they did in 6 again?
Yeah.
I have hope. You're talking to probably the most hopium infused gamer on content and YouTube. It's like,
Game says I think it's an illusion of choice. Like, it could happen, and I'm same with you. I'm hoping it does happen, but until it does happen, I'm gonna be like. But the fact that that's the only thing I worry about, like everything else, I'm excited for. Like, as you said, the open world raids. I'm looking forward to the dungeon changes. I'm looking forward to the dungeon hearing. Bastion isn't my type of tank, but I will level up just because how funny it's going to look like as a Lalafell, probably.
Thank you. I was like, they are not showing this off of Lalafell on stage. Like, that's good. That is going to be, that's something the media tour is going to highlight.
I'm questioning if there's actually going to be a proper media tour.
Do you really don't think there's going to be one? I'm hoping if they do one that it's just like what they've done in the past with the digital, as opposed to like traveling to a place, etc. Because like the digital thing ends up being so much. Like, I don't think I'm going to get invited, but it's like if for some reason I did, it'd be like, yeah, digital works, guys. Like I'll play. You know, like I respect
the reason
NDAs.
why I agree with the digital, just because the fact that it's normally after Japanese Fan Fest, right? The media tour, like 3 or 4 weeks. That'll land it in December. So I don't think they want to have people traveling in December, probably.
Right.
Because then the release is January, so they don't have long between.
Well, they do have all of January. Like, there's no, like, I think that it's going to be at the end of January makes the most sense.
Well, yeah.
And so then you could obviously, technically like have it 2 weeks before, right? So it's, you know, mid-Jan. But it is a hard time.
Because it normally give about a week or so for people to actually make the content.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. Because
it's just like the timing.
Because you have the media tour, and then there's the NDA, and then the embargo. So it's like once that embargo lifts, you're right. Like in terms of, because I remember, man, it was I hired like a couple of editors just to make and help do all the content, and I was like, this time I don't think they're going to invite me back, but it's that the thing that would be really interesting would be like, I think if I do, it's literally going to be, here are the new jobs on controller, and like that's all I would play. it's like I'm gonna play these 2 new ones. The other jobs I will let you know once it's out, because it's like the time goes by so freaking fast. Like it just I never felt like I was like, oh no, I didn't get enough time. I didn't get to check this out. Like it's like, because there's just so much.
I'll have to check game, but I think when I went to the media tour, which I did the digital one, I only got told like a month beforehand. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even that. So
I don't know. I skipped. I just like skip. It's like, what? All right, come on. I'm gonna go fight something. Let's get out in the thing. Yeah, it's like, it'll be interesting to see what happens. All right, where are we at? Oh, all the way up there now. Great. Okay, I'm gonna run to this, teleport to that, then go from there. Looks like the shortest path. But the workload on it's like, because essentially it was that, like when Chris and I went and we did all, like, can't really talk about it. So you end up out of an abundance of caution, and that always drives me mad when people would leak stuff from it. It was just like, what are y'all doing?
Oh, yeah.
Like, why are you? No. like, guys, respect the NDA, respect, because they want to surprise and delight. Like, you know, it's a privilege to, you know, to have, you know, that kind of preview, and you can kind of put your own, but let everybody do their work. But you would see like a lot of the content creators was like, yeah, we're just not live, we're not doing this, that, the other thing, because for the risk of like, oh yeah.
Yeah, Game, you don't know how frustrating it can be with their PR. But no, I can't wait. And yeah, I'm going to agree that it's the end of the month of January, just because clearly Yoshi P is like, we want to give it to Chili for his 40th birthday.
There you go.
So the 23rd of January is when I turn 40.
Oh, nice.
So they're like, we're gonna release Evercold around then to celebrate. It's not going to be the 23rd because that's a Saturday, but it'll be like, you know, the week of.
Well, they do the early access stuff, etc. So it's that, yeah. So, I turned 45 on Monday.
Well, happy early birthday if I don't remember. I'll try.
This last Monday. Like, I've been 45 for 5 days now.
Nice.
I didn't label like the keynote stuff birthday stream. I was like, yeah, because it's like I'm you know. And then we did that, and then I was kind of, you know, I was hoping we'd get more, but they did an audio thing for the dev panel. I was like, all right, I was hoping for more, you know, in-depth stuff of what they kind of talked about, and then the Beastmaster stuff was cool.
More evolved.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was hoping for as well.
Beastmaster stuff lasted a bit too long for me.
Yeah, they're definitely slow when it comes down to that. Yeah. It's like, okay, guys, I get it, but I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to playing Beastmaster.
Oh,
hey, August 3rd.
Tweets, by the way.
You and my brother share the same birthday. My brother is an August 3rd birthday. My wife is August 4th. This is what we call, like, you know, as my brother-in-law calls second Christmas, because it's like, yeah, my birthday, Annie's birthday is the day before mine.
Yeah.
So my daughter, you know, we had her birthday, my birthday, then we have like wedding anniversaries for my sister and brother-in-law. My parents' wedding anniversary is the 2nd. You know, so it's like boom, 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 boom. And then so it's just like we ended up doing a combined birthday party for Mikey and Annie, because Mikey's birthday is also in August. So it's just like birthday season, summer. That's your June, Jordan? Yeah. So June, we've got...
That was my January.
My wedding. Julie and I got married in June. Maddie's born in June. My parents are both born in June. There's like a lot of stuff to celebrate across the summer for like me and my family. Liberated the key from the Dawn Servant's vault. You alone have the means to unlock the gate. Oh.
So okay, so you're still in the based expansion then?
Yeah, I haven't. I just they just announced Welcome Mott as the Dawn Servant, and she's like, oh, let me take a second as well, you know. We don't have two physical heads, so she picked Kona. I was like, all right. But then it's funny, she engraved it on stone, and I was like, well, that's, I mean, it's like, well, what if he said no? It's like, nah, I'm good, you know. It's like, I thought about it, you know. Oh, electricity. It's working.
Yeah, this expansion, in my opinion, was like Stormbolt 2.0, where the story wasn't that great, but the battle content is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think that they sealed a giant monster behind this door?
I mean, it's Final Fantasy, so I'm going to go with possible.
Like, look at the text bubble that whatever it is talking to you in. It looks ominous. Like, oh, it's... Well, come on. Yeah, it's like, kill him. This would have been a good cutscene to have voiced.
Yeah, that's what this game needs more of, voiced.
Like, okay.
I like the fact they made some of the Final Fantasy XI characters into villains in Dawntrail as well. And adds more to them because they didn't really have that much of a character in 11. They just like they were besieged enemies and stuff. So it's nice to actually give them something in this.
Yeah.
Talking raids and old games, are you excited for Final Fantasy VII? Being the raid series.
Kind of. Like, it's that I think it is. There's a dance in this in this answer, and I do apologize because it's like I see
okay.
I get the meme of in case of emergency break glass. Like, it's like, okay, how do we
I don't believe that.
Rile up a lot of excitement, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that's like very, very interesting. And then, but I think again, then you go back to the 7 remake series, and then like the timing. Square Enix has done a lot of collabs with itself for like promoting any of the games that they also have coming out. So it just seems like it's a perfect kind of timing to do it. You know, like, because if you're gonna do 7, now's the time, as opposed to like, oh yeah, remake came out like 5 years ago, and then now we're doing 17 or something like that. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's the perfect time.
It's also the exact 30th year of the original Release of 7.
Oh, there you go.
It's the 30th anniversary. Like, I just feel like people think it's a break glass moment, but in reality, they've just finished the last game of the series, and it's the anniversary year. I think it's just unlucky timing with Dawntrail. Like, it was probably already planned years ago because to time with the anniversary and the final game.
Yeah. So honestly, I think. Do you think Sephiroth is going to be the final boss, or is it going to be something else? Or is there going to be multiple versions of him, like where it's like, and then you have, you know, one wing angel?
I don't think he's going to be I think he's going to be the final boss of like the actual. I don't think we're going to see him till like 2028.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's going to be until the final tier. Like, they have to recreate Supernova. That animation in the game was so beautiful for a PS1 game. Like, they need to redo that in 14. Yeah. And I do love all the memes, the fact that he'll have the first ever healer buster.
The healer buster?
Where he'll target, because, 7.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
He'll target a healer.
Like, yeah, okay, we're going to just wipe you out and pick a random healer. Let's go.
Yeah, just wipe out a random healer and kill them.
My home, Yasolani, lies past Shaloni.
I'm interested to see what bosses because there's quite a lot of bosses in 7. So I'd be interested. Problem is they can't use the weapon series because they've already done that.
Yeah, they've done the weapons, right?
But you've got all the different forms of Genova. Those can easily be a final tier boss. Easily, I think that even though we already had multiple snakes, I feel like Midgar Zola would be a good starter first fight. Or even, I know we already have it as well, but the Guard Scorpion would also be kind of funny.
Oh, that'd be neat. Like, I mean, yeah, because there's a lot of different, bosses and stuff that you could bring in. I wonder how it's gonna fit in. You think it's gonna be on the source versus the one of the reflections? Like, is this where do you think it's gonna be placed? Because the Nier raid was actually on the first. It wasn't like on the source, but then the raid series, the raid series was also on the source. So there's precedent for that.
I think this will be on the 4th. I do think it's going to be on the 4th because one of the areas kind of reminds me of Midgar in everything, but like it. Yeah. So
I wonder if they'll have one named Midgar. Like it's like, oh, okay.
I mean, there's still a 6th area we don't know about because we know about the 5 ships, but there's a mysterious area we don't know about. So,
well, right. Yeah. I was like,
which
oh,
is how it always
if the ships are the zones, then their 6th area is something. It's got to be something. It'd be funny if it was like, and Maricidia. Oh, what? It's like, now, like, so I'm not necessarily like, oh yeah, I can't wait to play that. Like, because in my mind, I'm like, still haven't done the Dawntrail raids. I still haven't finished the I haven't got to the, the 11, Alliance raids, but even the Mists of the Realm, I've only unlocked the 2nd, raid in that. I haven't even done it. So it's like, I'm like, okay, well, like, more interested in the evolved combat system, the dungeons, the open world stuff. And then, yeah, we'll see. Like, if it's something where it's like, yeah, I'm actually doing raids again, because it's like, for the most part, like what I feel like I want to do and deliver, like for the community at large, is I want to have the last round of the Reborn controller guides for Dawntrail for those who need it and want it, and then when Dawntrail Evercold's out, the evolved mode ones, and then it's like, cool, and then from a content perspective, it was like, there you guys go, enjoy, use it however, whatever works best for you guys. And and like, yeah, because it's like, I don't plan on doing more than that, because it is big, takes a lot of hours to get all that done, and I'm having fun doing it, but it's the not having that, like, oh, I have to be quick, I gotta get these dungeon guides out, I gotta get this out, it's like, yeah, it's way more enjoyable for me personally. I'm gonna go up the stairs and get that aetheryte current. Yeah, so it's like, I could see myself, maybe dabbling in the raids a little bit, but we'll see. Hey, what's up, babe?
Gentlemen.
All right, we got 15 minutes, and we're gonna go to the park this morning while it's nice and not bolstering hot outside. It's the Texas shuffle. It's like, okay, during summer, it's like, you're either like out and about late at night or early in the morning. So Robinson, I'm on my 3rd attempt at the remake of 7. Hey, what's up, Cameron and Scrag? What's up? Morning, guys.
How's it going, buddy?
And I need to just spend some time and actually beat it. And the problem ends up being is like, I dabble a little bit here and there. Like Splatoon Raiders has been like, I was like, oh, a lot of fun. I've been playing Street Fighter 6 and Soul Calibur 6 a little bit off and on, and just kind of, just dabble into a game whenever I can. So it's like, like try to get caught up on 14, and then I might want to get caught up on 7, and then need to do Rebirth. But like these are like big games, like they're going to take a lot of time.
Yeah, especially Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of trouble.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Afternoon.
Afternoon for Chili.
Oh yeah, I forget Chili's over there, and I don't even know what to call.
But I did get the so for if you Scrag and Cameron, if y'all haven't heard from the stream, I did buy a memory card for my Switch 2, and I have downloaded 14 on it. I haven't played it yet, but
that's cool. Well, you can't play it yet.
But I thought they would. I guess I thought it was like.
No, you can preload it, but the servers don't go live until like August 4th, I think.
Okay, well then I'm ready. Good. Well then it's ready for me.
Your friends who had the
I'll have to check the dates. But
Game Engrave, thank you, sir. Happy early birthday to you, by the way, and I hope you have a wonderful birthday celebration.
What should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny?
And the free trial will be available from the 4th of August on the store as well.
Okay, cool. That's what I was confused about. I was like, wait, because I know Wes was like, hey, you're gonna put out anything for the Switch 2? And I was like, well, yeah, I figured I would. And then I was like, oh, is it already out? So I went and downloaded it, and I was like, oh, I hadn't booted it up yet. But I went and bought a memory card because I was like, there's no way, like, it's half the Switch base memory. Like, it's almost like 120 gigs. I was like, woo.
Which is kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting it to be so big. I'm not gonna lie. Consider the fact it's probably got like lower level textures. So I don't remember the PlayStation version being over 100 gig, but it's been a while since I checked it.
I think if you were looking at a PS5, like it definitely is.
Stubborn little runt.
And Switch too, that can do 4K on, you know, in dock mode. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious.
Yeah, so now we gotta wait until October to get more information on Evercold.
Did I just step into a Western?
They have to answer.
Oh God, you're at that part. Yeah.
Like,
now run along.
I was like, oh, here's this giant bridge, and then it's like, this guy's talking a little bit like cunt, like I know how it sounds. Lest you hurt my feelings. They got guns.
That's how it's gonna be.
You gonna draw? Are we gonna? He's drawing. This is a Western. Where's the cowboy hats? Let's go.
If I were you.
Estidian.
Is that?
I'll be your Huckleberry.
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
So, Brian, just so you're aware, I cannot get the virtual cursor to work on Steam Deck or menu navigation or virtual mouse from Steam Deck. Like, I'm trying to use all three and they're fighting, and I'm trying to fix that. So,
okay. If that's something I can tackle for you, you know, I might see if I can find some time this weekend. Does it work on computer?
Yeah, it works fine.
So
on
it's just
computer.
on Linux then that it's having that problem.
Yeah, and that's not unique. Like, there's been other issues that have been only happening on Linux, like the fonts. Did I tell you about the fonts?
No.
Oh God! So I was doing that ECS optimization because my PC was only getting like 45 frames a second. So I was rebuilding basically the entire code base except for networking to work off of ECS.
Yeah.
Basically what that is you structure the memory in such a way that everything that is similar is blocked together.
Okay.
Unlike object-oriented programming where everything in the RAM is like pulled randomly as it's needed. So, basically I got it going and I'm getting like 200 or 300 FPS on my PC, like in editor, which is like insane because the editor adds a lot of overhead, right?
Right.
And so I boot up the game on Steam Deck after I do a build. I'm getting like 10. I'm like, what is going on? like before, probably like a month or two ago, I was getting like 115 FPS on the Steam Deck, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fine.
Right.
And then I added a bunch of like UI and new systems and enemy logic and etc. And it's getting 10 frames a second. So I plugged it in, did the profiler, and then it turns out that on Linux it was rebuilding the UI every frame. I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's specifically not supposed to rebuild the UI every frame. I look into it. It took maybe like 2 days, and I finally figured out that because I was using Windows fonts for the game, Proton didn't like that and was trying to build its own font every frame. And then once I fixed
Makes sense because the Windows fonts will probably be copyrighted, so...
Yeah, probably. But once I fixed that, now Steam Deck gets 200 FPS.
Nice.
Nice.
I'll try that out on my ROG. Be like, how's it running? But it runs Windows.
Runs great.
Yeah. It's awesome. Wild West. Final Fantasy. Hopefully we can ride one of these buffalo. At some point in Brian's streams, he really reverted to his inner Texan and, well, when in Rome, might as well cozy up to the old watering hole. Oh, I love it. All right, I have attuned to an aetheryte. Man, they have like the zones they've been putting lots of aetherytes in. Like I feel like it's an.
I mean, they're quite big, so
right,
that's why.
A little bit more of a like, yeah, more than we've seen in the past, in my mind. I love the ability to mount as I walk.
I finally finished the Northhorn like step of the relic weapon.
Oh yeah. How is it? I thought like I saw a meme on it that it was like I was kind of actually happy to see. It's like how dare they ask people to play the game to unlock the relic as opposed to like in the past the complaints like it's more tomes, you know.
I will say I hope that in the future they do follow what they do with this.
We're riding Buffalo, boys. Sorry.
It's okay. Where you have to do actually have to do stuff, but then once you've actually done the relic, it then just becomes tomes.
Gotcha.
So, but you'd say that, but I'm on a tome step right now for the relic. So, but like the Breezer step, you had to get 300 of these items, 3 different items, which didn't take long to be honest.
Yeah.
You could either do duty roulettes or you could do the new Eureka style content. You can do either of them. So and then once you've done that, you then have to do every piece of Dawntrail content in the game, which is crazy. The final step of the relic is literally run everything once. Every bit of Dawntrail content you got to run once.
Yeah.
So the trials, the raids, the dungeons, the alliance raids, you got to do it all once. It's basically the book step from A Realm Reborn.
Okay.
So
I will say this though, like for this zone, if it wasn't for the mountains in the distance and like these little hills that kind of pop up, I was like, yeah, they pretty much knocked out, like they, got Texas, pegged. This feel like I was like, but like Texas, we don't. I mean, unless you're in the valley, in the hill country, etc. It's like, yeah, it's pretty like Texas is flat. This is not flat. I was like, oh, there's more hills here than there is than I've seen in the Coon's Age or whatever the phrase is.
They probably did design it based on Texas, but then they realized it was just a big open plain and it probably didn't look as, appealing to run around. It's just flat everywhere. No offense to Texas, but like it's not a video game, so.
Yeah.
Right. So they probably add we better add some mountains just so that it's not.
It helps to draw distance in video games as well. Like it's like, oh, I literally can see Dallas. Hi, Dallas.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You guys want to know a cool game dev trick that I discovered the last couple of weeks?
Sure.
So when you're trying to design like a map or an area for things, you can actually get literal satellite height map data from like scans and just use them on your terrain in your game. Then you can use a tool to like smooth it out and make it low poly. But apparently a lot of AAA games use that. They just get like a scan of like a mountain or something, and then they just like kind of set it up and put it in the background, and then like nobody ever notices that it's an actual mountain.
I mean, it makes sense.
Like, yeah, I mean, why sculpt a mountain when we have thousands of them?
Yeah. By the way, I know it's in your chat at the top, but you haven't got in the description, but you do have it in the tags. Remember the fact that there is a Twitch event going on right now for people who are streaming Final Fantasy XIV.
What's the event?
If people gift free subs to your channel, they get a mount.
Oh, wow.
Is it a good mount or is it lame?
It's a reskin of the Contra mount. The unicorn. It's the rainbow unicorn, basically.
Interesting.
But yeah, it does pop up on your Twitch when you load it in at the top.
Oh, that's nice.
So
I didn't even know.
Yeah. It's until I think middle of August that it's running. So.
Yeah, for the big streamers, that's a real gift to them. Like, it's like, oh, that's more them thanking the streamer than anything else. Like if it's tied behind gifted subs.
You say that, but there's a lot of big streamers that are complaining about it because of even bigger streamers. It's been fun. It was funny seeing the drama on the first day.
Oh,
because
break down. I'm not going to talk about it in a video, but it's like Final Fantasy XIV drama. Like that's the main content that people consume.
What people are doing to push themselves up on, because you know about Twitch share chat, right?
No, I don't.
If someone else is streaming and you're collabing with them, you can actually share your chat with them, so your viewers and share chat actually combine together.
Oh, neat.
So I don't know if it's still going on because it doesn't really matter too much, but yeah, the first day people were like,
well, I wasn't farming for it,
together.
But thank you, Anonymous, gifting out three subs. Hopefully you enjoy your mount. Thank you for the support. And hopefully somebody who's chatting here, gets a sub for that.
Yeah. But yeah, a load of people with the highest chats were bundling together so they would push themselves to the top of the category.
I mean, that's
even if they weren't actually playing the game.
Yeah, that's just them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me. Didn't mean to be a non. Well, thank you, Sir Baba Duck.
Oh, man.
Hopefully you enjoy your mount, sir.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of nice, not gonna lie, if they would bring those kind of features over on the YouTube side as well. But I get it.
Yes, that'd be nice.
I get it. So yeah,
that way when you're doing collab streams,
well then what? Okay, so here
shared.
Then my pushback on people who are upset that people were doing that is what's preventing you from doing that?
Yeah, they could just do it themselves,
they're not doing something illegal. They're doing these are the tools that we have.
The Twitch.
So anybody complaining that people were doing that, that's a little soft. I'm sorry. Come on.
Yeah.
Just then
I don't disagree.
Call your bud who and it's and do the same thing. Come on. Come on.
It's technically we
and
were
it's a
streaming
gift
14
too.
yesterday.
It's a gift too, right? Because it's that the person, the viewer gets to decide if they want to do that for that reward, right? So it's I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't make my living doing this, so perhaps I get that stress, but I know when they've done it in the past, some of the things that people have shared, they had really big months. We ready to rock and roll?
Yes.
All right. I didn't see what time we agreed on the 50. I just was oh. You said 15 minutes. I haven't been paying attention. All right. My wife is saying it's time. Nah, you don't have to apologize. These guys are great. All right, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some more gaming later today. We'll find out. We'll see how I feel. But thank y'all. Thanks, Chili. Thanks, Scrag, Cameron.
Thank you.
Sorry. Yeah, I kind of started this morning around 7. So good old stream time. And we're gonna go to the park and hang out and have fun. Hopefully, you guys, if I see you, cool. If not, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll talk soon.
Have a good rest of your day, everyone.
You as well.